Welcome to Conflict Havoc number 2. This is part 2. So, I'm going to try to give you guys the long and short of this. And I got like 30 some odd minutes to do this, and I apologize now for the other video if you've watched it, and if you haven't watched it, but when you watch it, plus the bloopers, I apologize because people don't know how to respect the damn lights. So, when I left off, I was going to start on telling you guys about the Witch Rider. So I'm going to pick up with that right now as I look on my phone to see who's popping in on me while Facebook is on my phone. Alright, so the Witch Rider is this thing. It's plagued me from the age of 7 to the age of 15. I watch a lot of the Travel Channel and the paranormal caught on TV or caught on camera or whatever it's called, and I would kill to have those guys' job. I don't have that job. Also, you guys know I'm an actor. I've been busting my ass for the last 20 years at this business, trying to get stuff done, and it ain't been working out. Sorry, it ain't been working out. Hey, hey, it's still gonna be here. Anyway, so I'm continuing my fight to get noticed or whatever. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this Witch Rider thing. So it started off when I was 7. When I was 7 years old, I had an uncle, one of my coolest uncles on my mom's side, who I woke up one morning, he was talking to my grandmother about this damn thing that was choking him in his sleep. Me being a 7-year-old ignorant little kid that I was, I laughed at him, and I didn't think that it was real. You know, I thought that maybe he had too much to drink, or because all my uncles on both sides drink the fuck out of beer, some more than others. Anyway, so this uncle thought that shit wasn't funny, that I laughed at him. He said, it won't be funny when the motherfucker attacks you. Sorry for the language. And he was right. It wasn't funny when this damn thing attacked me. Not only did it attack me, it stalked me, it hunted me for 7 years. Possibly 8. 7 to 15. So, I watched a lot of the Supernatural TV show. I don't recall them ever dealing with the Witch Rider. I watch all these hunting shows, how they always chasing down Bigfoot and other things, but no one ever talks about this Witch Rider. So I'm going to talk to you about this Witch Rider. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Williams Jr. I am part Native American, Cherokee Indian. I am also part black and also part white. And so a lot of people were like, oh, well, it's probably because you're part Native American, and Native Americans are all spiritual, and blah, blah, blah. And these things have lore. So I haven't been able to find a lot of lore. I'm still looking for lore. I'm 47 now. So as I got older, you know, this thing didn't attack me every night, but it attacked me every month. Sometimes 3 or 4 times a month. It felt like every night. So let's get that clear. It felt like every night. But this damn thing was forever attacking me. I mean, forever. So when I talk to other people, some people who have experienced in this shit, talking about some, if you sleep on your side, it can't get you. And if it's getting you on the right side, then sleep on the left side. So no matter what side I slept on, this damn thing had my number. And it seemed like it attacked me at the same time every night that it attacked me. And no matter how I slept, if I slept on my back, which is how it got me the first time, it sat on my chest, and it had a death grip on my throat, and I couldn't move my arms, I couldn't move anything, and I'm just stuck. And sleeping on my stomach was worse because it would grab my neck and it would push me into the pillow so that I really couldn't breathe. So I don't sleep on my stomach at all. And no matter where I slept, my bed, the couch, nobody's house, I was never safe from this thing. And this thing literally likes to choke people. And it's heavy. I don't know how big it actually is because you usually only see him in the dark. And you don't really see him, you feel him or her. Whatever it is, it likes to choke people. And again, all these supernatural shows and caught on camera with the tables and ghosts moving stuff and throwing people across the room, and no one knows about this Witch Rider. And I'm like, well, why has no one explored that? Yes, Travel Channel, if you want to take this as my application to get a job, I'll gladly take the job. I'm not going like in the haunted houses and all that stuff. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not really scared of haunted houses. Because I know the one thing that most people don't know. You can touch them. Here's the thing about spirits. See, as long as you don't know that you can touch them, they can touch you. No one ever said why we couldn't touch them back. Most people just believed that you could not touch them back. Well, I'm here to change that. Because this thing trapped me in my dad's house. I'm giving you the last story. Because I don't know how much time I have before somebody doesn't see those damn lights. So, my dad had to go to work at 6 o'clock. I went to bed at 3 o'clock. My dad had an old-timey house. The same house in the other video with the floating head. So, my dad woke me up about 5:30. 5:35, he was out. Got in the bicycle and rode down the hill to work. He had an old-timey house. We went through the drill. So, I locked the ancient lock, the deadbolt, the 2 chains. I go to the other door before he leaves and we do that. Now, the windows in the house was sealed with plastic because he only had one air conditioning repo. So that air conditioner stayed on and cooled the whole house. He said let the air conditioner run until 10 a.m., and then cut it off and don't cut it back on until 1. I'm like, okay, why? He's like, because that way my electric bill won't be high as hell, and if you get too cold, go outside. Now, don't leave the door open, just go outside. And I never really went outside unless L-Dog was across the street, and he wasn't down in Smithfield all the time. Whenever he visited Miss Ruffin, his grandmother, then I would be outside playing with him. So, nobody's in the house. Door's locked. Windows are sealed with plastic. This thing does escape eventually. So the night before, I was watching Magnum P.I. And I thank you, Tom Selleck, for this. And I thank Mel Gibson and Danny Glover for Lethal Weapon because I kind of combined the shows. So Magnum had made a shark disappear when he counted to 3. And, Magnum's character, he's an old Navy guy. And I'm not a Navy guy. I'm a nasty girl. I was in the Army, National Guard. Anyway, moving on. I know I locked my dad out that house. But the night before, my dad had to attack him, and I wouldn't stop laughing at him. So I figured that he may have snuck back in the house and was choking me. But then I realized my dad was locked out the house because I locked him out the house. All the windows in the entire house had plastic on it. It's like he melted plastic bags onto the windows. So he couldn't get back in even if he wanted to. Now, I'm laying on my side, half on the bed, head off the bed. And this thing grabbed me and started pushing me and squeezing my throat. And I'm like, okay, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I laughed at a grown man who was scared of the dark. And I mean, he's literally just pushing, and getting tighter and tighter. I said, damn it, Dad. I said I was sorry. I'm sorry. And the more I apologized, the tighter this thing got. So I got to thinking about Magnum P.I. and I got to thinking about Lethal Weapon, whichever one it was, where the white guy pulls the black guy off the toilet on the count of 1. Well, 3 technically. So I'm thinking, I was like, I got to get this thing off me because I'm losing breath and I'm losing breath fast. I think this thing's trying to kill me. So I got the covers hanging off the bed. I'm in like this omega-sized blanket. I don't know how big the sumbitch was, but I was a kid. And I was 15, and I was every bit of maybe 5 feet tall. I'm 5'3" now, so I think I stopped growing at 15. But I'm 5'3", so I'll probably stop growing at 17. But anyway, this thing's choking me. I got half the cover on the floor. And I'm locking my arm around it because I got this arm. He's on this arm because I'm laying on this side. And he's sitting on me, straddling me like this. So I got part of the blanket on me already. The other part, I sleep well. Anyway, so I got this arm. And I said, you're going to disappear. I'm going to count to 3. And then I said, no, I'm going to count to 3. And I'm going to fuck you up. I know martial arts. So I don't know why I thought I was just going to let this thing get away. Because then I thought again, I said, nah, I'm done running and hiding from this thing. This thing that likes to choke kids and grown-ups in their sleep. So I said, 1, 3, and I wrapped us up in this cover. And this cover was covering me and this thing, and we're rumbling under the cover. And I got a hold of it. I don't know what part of it I got a hold of, but I had a good grip on the damn thing. And I was trying to unwrap it so I could see what it looks like. Because the thing to fight evil is, if you see the evil that you are fighting, 9 times out of 10, the evil will be afraid of you. I don't know if that's the truth. I just know that it's something that I was taught to believe, that if you fight the evil head on, 9 times out of 10, the evil won't be able to win. So, I can't find it. But we're fighting in this cover. We're rumbling for a good 3 minutes. And I was like, do. And all of a sudden, there's a knocking on the screen door. My dad came back. And I'm rumbling and I'm trying to grab this thing. And I hear, Jimmy, and I'm still trying to grab this damn thing. And I got a piece of it. And when I heard that third Jimmy, I got from under the cover. There was no one in the house. Nothing. I went and unlocked the door and let him in and said, the damn thing came back. And I fought it. I fought it to a draw. Now, before I got the door, I told it, I'm going to prove that you exist, or I'm going to die trying. But one way or another, I know I can't be the only one that's had to deal with this damn thing. And I mean this thing, from the age of 7 to 15, this thing plagued me. It plagued me. It hunted me. It chased me down. No matter where I was. If I was in Lynchburg, it got me. If I was in Smithfield, it got me. I spent the majority of my life here in Charlottesville. It got me. So you don't have to believe in ghosts or goblins or Bigfoot or Sasquatch or the Yowli or the Dogman or anything else out there. I strongly believe in God, which is probably what got me through that. And I will tell you this. Whatever it is, I want to know why all you haunting people who are like ghost hunters and all this stuff don't make videos about the Witch Rider. Now, science calls this thing sleep paralysis. I've seen some videos on YouTube with people levitating in the bed. I've seen people getting yanked off the bed by spirits, benevolent or not. This thing choked me from the age of 7 to the age of 15. And no one on earth has made videos about this thing. No one. I'm not doing this for more viewers. I would love to do this for a living and get a job from the Travel Channel so I could be on that paranormal caught on TV stuff. But I'm telling you, whatever it is, it ain't been back. It knows I'm waiting for it. It knows what I know. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you can touch it, it won't come back. I've been chasing it now. For the last 10 years or better, I have been chasing this thing known as the Witch Rider. And when I ask people about it, most people chalk it off, oh, I had some sleep paralysis, but I don't think it was a witch rider. So let me tell you another story. Not too long after my Uncle Doc passed, my grandmother let something in our house. It was her house, technically. It was over at the top of the hill, and it would later burn down. And then Top 100 video store would be there. And then that would have an accident or something. And now there's like all kinds of, like a subdivision or something, an apartment complex. Something, yes, I'm digging out a wedgie. Something lives over there. But that thing came in, and remember that cool uncle that I was talking about? Well, my grandmother let this thing in, and it sat beside him and watched over him. And she had went to go get something for it and her to drink and talk. But when she got back, it was gone. The door was never opened or anything. And it was gone. 2 years before that, when my uncle passed away, I was in the house by myself. In that very room, which was basically the living room or the den. It's the first room you come in when you go in the house. So, I come in. And I had to spend the night there. I don't know why I had to spend the night there. I had to spend the night there. It was a lightning storm. So my Uncle Doc had just passed on that day, or that night, whenever, and it was raining. And my grandfather passed 2 years before that, because I was 8 years old when my Uncle Doc passed. I was 6 when my grandfather passed. So when the lightning struck, they had those like funky glass windows that you can't really see out of. They're like church windows. Every time the lightning flashed, their shadows would be in the door. So I would open the door because I thought they were there. But when I opened the door, it was just raining. There was no one there. Let's close the door. But when the lightning struck again, they'd be there. So I opened the door. There's no one there. Close the door. The lightning strike, they'll be there. I open the door. Close the door. Lightning struck again. There was nothing there. So I went to go tell my grandma about it. I doubt if she remembers me telling her. But I couldn't prove it. I still remember that to this day. And I don't want to hear it about, oh, well, y'all are part Cherokee, blah, blah, blah. I know more than other nations besides Native Americans and blacks dealt with magic. Druids are white. They dealt with magic. Voodoo is African magic. Native Americans have magic. Asians have magic, as well as Native Americans who are also biologically Asian. There's not a nation on earth that have not dealt with the forces of the supernatural. So if you guys got anything about this witch rider, let me know. Thanks for watching. It's Comfort Havoc number 2. BC and you.